Oh, hey, good to see you. Here's what we got going on today. This is a Denver real estate market update, but I want to do things a little bit differently. So we can talk about units closed, how much is on the market, inventory, what things are going for, that type of thing. But what I want to look at today is a few examples of what things are being listed for, how fast they're selling, which is a lot of them, and what they're actually closing for. A lot of the time we see things and we see list price, or then maybe we see the end and we see close price, but we don't see those two things in tandem. So this will really give you a good idea of how things are in the Denver market right now. This is being recorded in late March, and it is still a strong, strong, strong seller's market. We are in the height of the spring market. And so depending on when you're watching this, things may have changed. If it's late April, things may have changed. If it's May, things probably changed. What does that mean? I don't know. Text me. I'll let you know what's going on right now. But as of now, let's take a look at this. So I want to show you a few different properties. So the first one, as you see here, is a single family home in Littleton. And this is kind of a typical example of what's going on in the single family home market. So you see days in MLS is 5. That means it lasted one weekend and they probably accepted an offer on Tuesday or something like that. Let's look at what we got here. So 1,600 finished square feet, about 1,000 above, and this is a 4-bed and 2-bath. So again, just trying to give you an example of what things are going for. This is kind of a typical example. It's in Littleton, an area people like, close to the foothills. Not tiny, but not real big. Might be a starter home, might be a second home for some people. And so before we go into the prices, let's just take a look at it. I love the accent door. It is, hardwood floors, well put together, pretty well staged. Not real big, but yeah, there's the kitchen. There's some positives with the kitchen. The appliances are a bit dated, but decent countertops. The cabinets look good. Bedrooms, yep, everything's very clean. Could use some updates. This is the basement. Carpet might need a refresh, but otherwise things look pretty good. Bathroom, yes. Okay, got this nice screened-in porch outside. That's real nice. And as you see, lots of outdoor space. Big backyard. People love that. I love that. This is really cool. Your kind of outdoor area for your grill. This is that's not typical. So that's a nice little picnic area there in your backyard. Cool. So this sucker was listed at $545 and closed at $610. And yeah, so that's pretty typical. That's, over 60,000 over, and they probably had a full appraisal gap. Like I said, 5 days in the market, so it went really quick. Maybe not full appraisal gap, but probably quite a bit. There may have been a seller lease back. Yep, sellers would prefer 60-day lease back, so I'm guessing they gave them that post-occupancy period probably for free. The single-family homes are the strongest, so this is what's going on in the single-family home market. Some go crazier than that, some go a little less, but this is pretty typical of right now. So we're going to go back to our hot sheet, and I'm going to look at the one we want to look at next. So that was one single-family home. Now this is a townhouse, so attached property. This one's in Castle Rock, and yeah, Castle Rock is also another nice southern suburb area people like to be. This one sold 2 days, so they picked an offer real quick. $1,491 on square footage, 3-bed, 3-bath. Again, decent size. And so let's look through it. Townhomes, you got the 2-car garage, and it's a nice layout. A lot of these townhomes live more like single-family homes. Townhomes will be not quite as crazy as single-family residence, so that's why we're looking at these different property types, like this vaulted kitchen area. Cabinets could use a little refresh, but everything else looks good. Good appliances, again, hardwood floors. Let's go back, you have views from the bedroom. People are going to love that. This one just recently closed. Got a little outdoor space, that's nice. This all looks very Castle Rocky. This is one that's going to live more like a single family home. A lot of outdoor space, and this is the surrounding area. Okay. And so let's see what it was listed for, which was $470,000. It sold for $505,000, so 35 over. So not as crazy, not 10%, quite. And that's, again, typically what you see. Multifamily, these are still generally going over ask price, but not quite to the level that single family residences are. But they're still very, very, there's a lot of interest. And you see the HOA 215 monthly, that's a pretty low HOA, so that helped. I wonder if they wanted a PCOA. Nope, they do not, so no rent back included there. But yeah, you can assume limited inspection with these things, probably appraisal gap, that type of thing. And this one just closed on 3/22. So from there, we're going to go to a condo, which is this one right here. And this one is in Denver. So if we look at the map, this is Cap Hill. So this is city living, okay? So this is completely different, but this is a condo, 2-bed, 1-bath, 810 square feet. So small, city living, you'll see it, it's an older building, but charming. There's a certain type of buyer, I know a few of them, who are looking exactly for this type of thing. The kitchen's been redone, so that's nice. The white tile backsplash, very popular. Again, wood floors. A lot of wood floors today. I prefer a natural hardwood, so maybe subconsciously I was gravitating to that. City living, not big, but well done. You're seeing the building. This is some shared outdoor space here. Cap Hill, which is a pretty affordable Denver neighborhood, but there's the floor plan there. Okay, so this one was listed at $330 and sold for $365. So that is 35 over. It's just over 10% over. So percentage-wise, yeah, this condo still went quite a bit over asking. But see, that $365,000 close price, that is a very good price point to get into home ownership, especially in the city of Denver. So that's what's happening here. Someone was willing to go a little bit more over asking price in terms of percentage to get into, now you're building equity and all the benefits of home ownership for well under $400,000. And you can't really do that in Denver with a single family home, at least not at this point. And townhomes are tough too. So yeah, $399 monthly. You'll see with condos, the HOAs are always a bit more. Some of them include a lot, but they can be fairly spendy. So those are our three: single family, townhome, and then condo. And I do want to show you one more just because I found it interesting. So this is another single family, and this is in Arvada. And so Arvada, very hot right now, so hot right now. And really desirable, close to the foothills, all that stuff. But the reason I want to show you this is to show you it is still possible to overprice a home in this market. And we will take a look and maybe see why. But this one was listed at $690 and it sold for $665. And days in the MLS 11, which is in reality nothing, but seems like an eternity right now. That's 2 weekends. And the sellers were pretty motivated because they decided to take a pretty steep cut in just 11 days. So the stats here: 2,500 finished square feet, just over 15 above, 4-bed, 3-bath. Statistically in this area, this is what we're looking for. So $665, that's a pretty good bargain. Let's see what's going on. It's a nice lot, does have curb appeal. You are seeing, okay, we can kind of see they're probably cell phone photos here rather than a professional photographer. And so this is a nice covered porch. Yep, definitely cell phone photos. Hardwood and some carpet too. And you'll see, it is definitely lived in. They left kind of the homeowner's style intact. And yeah, here we really take a look at what might be going on. It really wasn't staged. They took some steps to clean up, I'm sure, as people always do, but you can see the kitchen. It's just, there's a lot going on. It's fairly cluttered. Wastebasket here in the photos. You see a vacuum here. There's obviously pets. This, you are seeing the difference in staging versus non. This would present differently if it was professionally staged and professionally photographed. So that's a reality here. Even you see in these big blackout blinds, just taking those down makes a huge difference. And that's a whole nother video. And I've probably made that video already about best ways to present your home. But boy, it's got the fireplace, it's got the brick, is that a dog in the picture? Well, see, that's a positive. It has plenty of space. It looks like a nice place, really. So what happened was some buyer was able to see past certain things in the way this was presented, and big backyard too. Yeah. And was able to go in at significantly under list price. So that does still happen. And that's one of the things I look for. I look for properties that are marketed perhaps in an unorthodox way. I look for properties that have been on the market more than a week. Same thing, because, okay, there's opportunity. Sellers were expecting to sell immediately and didn't. So they're maybe getting antsy. And beyond that, look at some iBuyers and things like that. There are certain companies that just as you're in the industry, you learn, okay, they do things a little different. They kind of price high and then end up coming down a lot. So I have alerts set up for certain brokerages, a lot of these iBuyers, when they'll have a listing. So I know immediately when a new listing comes up. So if I have buyers and we know that a lot of these listings are going to be overpriced, we can go in a little under asking, or maybe even at asking if it's a good one, and avoid the bidding war, avoid the whole thing. So little tricks of the trade. But anyway, I wanted to give you just a rundown where things are. You're seeing things go anywhere from 5 to 20 or higher, if anything like that, if anything crazy goes on, but percent over list price. Doesn't always happen, as we've seen, but you're seeing the asking price in this real estate market right now is a starting point. It's a starting bid. It's not actually asking price. So that frustrates some people. They're like, well, this is what they listed it at. I know, but it's a game we're all playing, and the game is constantly changing. But this is your late March 2022 Denver real estate update. Questions? Let me know below. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching as always, and I would love to be your go-to real estate resource. So reach out if you need anything. I will see you next time.